celebrated Kazakh singer, composer, poet, and wrestler. Extensively renovated in 2009 to 2011 after being opened in 1967. And making his way to the arena to take up residence in the black corner is the first principal of our opening bout of the evening, Artush Hovhannisyan, an undefeated professional in the light heavyweight division from Armenia. 5 fights, 5 wins, 4 of them coming inside the distance.
Adlan Selmurzayev!
His opponent is also undefeated, and that is Adlan Selmurzayev. 6 wins out of 6, 5 of them coming inside the distance for an even more impressive KO ratio of 83%. Resides right here in Almaty, Kazakhstan. It's been a bit of a sporadic start to his professional career. His first outing since March of last year. But he was in fighting mood at yesterday's weigh-in, the 2 men engaging in a real intense face-off.
Боковые судьи у ринга Буйрдагы Торе Шлер, Сергжан Ешмагамбетов, Бахтияр Жакипов, Самат Абен, Жанеде, Игорь Быков. За звуком сирены, сирена дабысна жалпты Болат Манкенов. Рингсайд диригер, рингсайд доктор Евгений Грапов. Уважаемые любители бокса, представляю вам соперника по первым бойцам из черного угла ринга. Ему 26 лет, рост его 188 сантиметров, вес 79,4 килограмма. Его профрекорд насчитывает 5 боев, и во всех он одержал победы. Представляет спортивный клуб «Боец» 21 века из Манасора, Армения, Artush Hovhannisyan. Al yandı alın karşılası ringin altı vuruşunda. Bokstan spor şemre. Jası 27'de boy 190 santimetr. Resmi savunma жетпіс тоғызда торт келе. Кесіп рекорды алды және оның бесел нокаутпен аяқтаған. Классист клубынан мүшесі Риттер Kazakhstan Adlan Selmurzayev. Мы желаем спортсменам удачи и спортсмена сәттілік тілейміз. Ваш рефери в ринге Бахтияр Жакипов.
Слышишь мою команду внимательно. Голову ниже не опускаем. Запрещенные удары по затылку, ниже пояса. По спине не бьем. Пожали руки. Удачи.
So another final look at the tail of the tape. 2 towering light heavyweights, both of them weighing in at an identical 79.4 kilograms ahead of this light heavyweight contest scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. And we're underway then. 2 undefeated young prospects facing off in the light heavyweight division to open this IBA Champions Night event here in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Both men in their first pro bouts of 2024, and after a bustling start by the boxer wearing white, that is Adlan Selmurzayev, white trimmed with gold, operating out of the gold corner, is suddenly being just timed during his forward advances by a long thrusting jab from Artush Hovhannisyan, a man wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold. Seen just looking to establish his jab, good left hook to the body from Hovhannisyan, just looking to not concede ground, set himself up at center ring, and he's finding the range with that lead left stick immediately, but was countered by a right hand over the top from Selmurzayev. Nice combination with the eye-catching shot with the left hook to the body from Selmurzayev, but you can see how his face is reddened already as a good right hook lands to the body from Hovhannisyan. Turned the left hook around the corner upstairs as well. Now just moving laterally to his left, around the clock face. But look at the activity with that lead left hand from Hovhannisyan as he tries a right hand over the top. Sneaky right uppercut attempted on the inside, didn't find the range. Counter left jab from Selmurzayev was right on target. But then again, Hovhannisyan, in between the periods of inactivity from Selmurzayev, working with that left jab. But there's a right hand, left hook, left jab over the top from Selmurzayev. But he's really doing a good job setting a tempo here. Double jab upstairs, followed by a right hand to the body, then back upstairs with a jab and a right cross from down low from Hovhannisyan. But then bent on punches at mid-range in a form of a left, right, left, landed by Selmurzayev. Now Hovhannisyan getting onto the front foot, looking to back Selmurzayev up towards the neutral corner. Selmurzayev gets himself back to center ring, remember, and there's again the reddening continuing to increase on the face of Selmurzayev. Takes a long left hand to the body of Hovhannisyan, has now turned southpaw and has a good left cross to the body, followed by a right hook upstairs. Terrific reaching with that left cross, and all of a sudden Selmurzayev looking a little bit uncomfortable as he takes a straight left cross to the head, right hook to the body. Right cross to the body in response from Selmurzayev. Remember, this a battle of two unbeaten young prospects. Nice movement around the clock face. Spinning off to his right in a counterclockwise direction. Right uppercut, left hook from Hovhannisyan, who really is showing good composure and wonderful variety here. But there's a nice combination. Varying the height of his work is Selmurzayev. Hovhannisyan, who is cutting a really composed figure. Check right hook off the line, switching stances during the course of the round and able to neutralize the busy start made by Adlan Selmurzayev. He had success as well during the course of the first 3 minutes. But for my money, it's the man boxing out of the black corner, Armenia's Artush Hovhannisyan, who got the better of that opening round. So round number 2. Long left jab to the body landed by Selmurzayev. Looking to get over that front foot, but look at that piercing right cross to his body, and then spinning off the line to make his man throw punches at nothing but air once again. Good ring craft and poise being shown by Hovhannisyan. And again, out of center ring, remaining in punching range, bobbing and weaving nicely, moving his head. There he takes a hard left hand to the body. But so accurate, so active with that lead left stick. Turns southpaw once again now, so he's a left-handed operator leading with his right leg and right hand. And again, managing to penetrate the defenses, spearing shots in between, and then dropping down to the body as well, trying to employ the Philly shell defense a la Floyd Mayweather while on the ropes, pivoting at the waist and tucking his chin behind his shoulder while protecting his jaw with his open hand. Selmurzayev continuing to look to press. And now Hovhannisyan showing us another wrinkle in his game, his comfortability in boxing off the ropes. Back to the orthodox stance now, and just looking for that counter right uppercut. And look at that jab, pistoned out and in between the gloves of Selmurzayev once again. Remember, Selmurzayev, after making his debut during the ravages of the COVID-19 pandemic, as a beautiful left uppercut turned underneath by Hovhannisyan. And again, just able to keep Selmurzayev off balance. Look at Selmurzayev, takes that lead right hand, wasn't set up with a jab on that occasion, then a right cross to the body, and every time he's picked off by a left uppercut as he's advancing. Every time he's looking to get over that front foot, his forward momentum is stopped. He has to overcome inertia and come again. Cracking left uppercut turned underneath, then a right uppercut, And Hovhannisyan really looking for that shot now as he's dropping down to the body. You have to credit Selmurzayev because he's showing plenty of gameness, but he's being pieced up here by the accurate punch picking of the man from Armenia who resides in Russia. Continuing to operate as a port-sided boxer. You see the exhalation of the cheeks from Selmurzayev. Remember, two undefeated prospects, neither man knows what it's like to lose, but unless Selmurzayev can do something drastic and different, there's lots of time left, of course. But remember, Hovhannisyan's accurate punch picking has seen him stop 4 of his 5 opponents. There's damage to the nose of Selmurzayev now. That's making breathing more difficult. Beautiful movement around the line, around the clock face again as a right uppercut catches Selmurzayev, and he's being broken down here to both body and head. Torrid second round endured in the presence of Serhiy Sapiev, 2012 Olympic champion, 2-time IBA world champion, voted as the most stylish boxer at the Olympic Games in London 2012. Had the pleasure of speaking with him earlier on. That most stylish boxer, of course, the Val Barker Trophy winner, commentated from ringside at the XL Arena on his Olympic triumph. That epic final against Great Britain's Fred Evans, the Welshman. We take a look at some of the action. And here's an example of the variety, the accuracy from long range, mid-range, short range. Artush Hovhannisyan bossing things in the boxing ring and really increasing his dominance in that second round. So into the third round we go then. And after enjoying a dominant second 3-minute frame, Hovhannisyan will have to start again. He'll look to continue the momentum, of course, and he's doing exactly that. Wonderful variety from that southpaw backhand. Crosses, hooks and uppercuts. And Selmurzayev, well, again, the man's continuing to compete with what he has in his wherewithal, but you can see from the reddening of his face as Hovhannisyan looks to move his gloves out of the way and find room for that southpaw right hand. He's in complete control here as the man operating out of the black corner. And again, such accuracy with his gloves, despite the defenses being held high by Selmurzayev. Repeatedly, shots snaking in between the fists of Selmurzayev from Hovhannisyan, who retreats to the ropes voluntarily once again, showing his prowess out of that shell defense. And look at him get inside and turn 2 right uppercuts underneath out of the orthodox stance. Makes his man miss by slipping smartly to his right. Selmurzayev just retreating, flashing right cross, grazed across his face. The right uppercut was off the mark, but the body shot was accurate. And again, the face of Selmurzayev taking on the tint of a tomato here now, increasingly being reddened by the amount it is being touched up by the black leather-clad fists of Hovhannisyan, who's just patiently stalking his man, now quickening his feet, pinning him in the corner, and looking to find openings in that defense once more. Big swing and a miss with the right cross or the right hook, and that's because Selmurzayev, as he takes a beautiful right-hand lead, as Hovhannisyan was switching stances, then a sumptuous right hook beneath his left elbow, and Hovhannisyan, without wishing to be unkind to Selmurzayev, well, he's almost practicing as though he's on a heavy bag here. Target practice for the man currently operating out as a southpaw. Selmurzayev could be just a little, could be more reluctance creeping into his work here now. Because again, every time he throws, he's being countered. And the rate of counter to single shot success for him, well, it's just increasing the more we go through the bout. There's a cracking corkscrew left hand out of the southpaw stance from Hovhannisyan. Just walking his man down now and backing him up with accurate, hurtful crosses. And again, you can see the exertions as Selmurzayev puffing out those cheeks like a set of bellows as he tries to keep himself in contention. Right uppercut, left cross, beautiful incremental backward step from Hovhannisyan to make his man pay, make his man miss, then steps back into the breach to make him pay. It's been another masterful performance in that round, the third round, for Artush Hovhannisyan, who is boxing superbly here and putting Adlan Selmurzayev on the margins of this light heavyweight contest. Some of the action from the third round, and it was really a showcase 3 minutes. You saw how he moved Selmurzayev's defenses with his left glove to find a home for his right hook. Fantastic punch picking once again. So now Hovhannisyan and his corner will have to decide whether to take full advantage of the dominance that he's been producing in this contest. Do they go for another inside the distance victory, or just continue to stay safe and pile up the points? But as the late great Emmanuel Stewart said, as long as your opponent is on his feet, then he remains a danger. So into the fourth round of a contest scheduled for 8 in the light heavyweight division. Both men scaling an identical 79.4 kilograms. And again, playing matador now is Hovhannisyan. He just batted his opponent's right cross out of the way with a sidestep as well. There's that same move once again. Couldn't step backwards because he was on the ropes. There he takes a good left jab as Selmurzayev looks to keep him honest. But Hovhannisyan, again, his accuracy just backing up Selmurzayev across the ring. There he takes a stiff right hand as Selmurzayev continues to show his competitive and fighting spirit. But now Hovhannisyan looking to plant his feet into the canvas and get real leverage onto his shots. Right hook once again crashes home, but it's countered by a right hand. But Hovhannisyan looks as though he could be going for an inside the distance finish right here in the fourth round of this contest scheduled for 8. Left hook to the body, right hook to the head was blocked by the left glove, but now he's continuing to operate as a southpaw. As I say that, he switches back to the orthodox stance as he adopts the half cover guard, edging his way forward. Selmurzayev, well, his feet have slowed now, and he's just making it easier picking as Hovhannisyan, with him pinned to the ropes, hooks around the corner, left hands to the body. There he's continuing to use that right hand extensively, piecing his man up both upstairs and downstairs, back as an orthodox boxer, walking his man back to the corner. Perhaps a last roll of the dice and a rally from Selmurzayev as he tried to fight his way out of the neutral corner. There he scores with the right hand over the top, but look at that right uppercut. Stopped the man in his tracks. Hovhannisyan danced around him and keeps the attack going. Selmurzayev was badly hurt by that, and he's just looking to weather this storm, but it's an incessant storm of the most patient variety, a quiet storm perhaps, but there's another counter right hand, but look at the right uppercut success in response from Hovhannisyan. Right jab, left cross from Hovhannisyan, who's continuing to peck and poke with straight punches before occasionally planting his feet into the canvas and turning sumptuous uppercuts underneath. But Selmurzayev keen to protect his own. Damage beneath both eyes, damage to the nose, face extensively reddened. There he's backed up by a 3-shot salvo once again. And Hovhannisyan, when he chooses to put his punches together, when he puts himself on an entirely different plane, but you have to credit the competitive spirit and conditioning of Adlan Selmurzayev. Because even though he's been comprehensively outboxed, outscored, and indeed worked over, he keeps himself in the contest by landing sneaky right hands like that, and again, but either side of those right hand successes, he's been scored upon to the body, a toe-to-toe exchange to conclude the round. Another round in favor of Artush Hovhannisyan. To my money, in the first minute of that fourth round, it looked as though he had decided to see whether he could get his man out of there, but credit to Adlan Selmurzayev, because his face telling the tale as to the extent to which he's been scored upon. Look at that right uppercut, and then he was around the other side of Selmurzayev. That caused him to walk back across the ring in a defensive posture, just waiting for the storm to subside. But it never did, as Hovhannisyan kept it going for the majority of the round before Selmurzayev, in something of a second wind, just began to rally to make it an exchange in the closing stages of the round. But with 4 rounds completed, for my money, Artush Hovhannisyan boxing a shutout so far. Well, I think we've got an early curtailment to this contest. See the gloves being removed, and that is, I think, compassionate corner work from the gold corner. Adlan Selmurzayev's coaches know their boxer better than anyone, and they've decided that it's best to save him to fight another day. We await official confirmation, of course, but that looks like a retirement at the end of round number 4. The coaches informing the referee that their man cannot continue. It's an incredibly gutsy effort produced by Adlan Selmurzayev. Really did give it a go, took it to his man for the first 30 seconds of the opening round, but thereafter Artush Hovhannisyan just began to measure his man. Showed fantastic variety on an educated left hand, then he began to demonstrate his switch hitting prowess, operating as a southpaw, bringing left uppercuts and right hooks into play. Very measured display indeed. Fantastic skill set demonstrated by Artush Hovhannisyan. And in this battle of young, unbeaten prospects, it is Artush Hovhannisyan who extends and maintains his perfect record. It's another inside the distance victory. Adlan Selmurzayev, in his first ring outing since March of last year, consigned to defeat in the pro ring for the first time in this, his 7th professional contest. So both boxers will make their way to center ring, and we will get the official verdict from tonight's MC.
Уважаемые дамы и господа, ввиду отказа секунданта из золотого угла продолжать данный поединок, победа присуждается спортсмену из Армении Artush Hovhannisyan.
So there is confirmation of another inside the distance victory for the still undefeated Artush Hovhannisyan. 6 wins out of 6 now. 5 of them coming inside the distance, and it was a display of surgical precision as he calmly pieced up the previously undefeated Adlan Selmurzayev from right here in Almaty, Kazakhstan, in his first outing in the boxing ring for more than a year, for some 13 months. A disappointing homecoming for the man who has contested all of his contests right here in Almaty, experiencing defeat for the first time in front of his home fans, and is to the victor the spoiled, as Artush Hovhannisyan posing with his coach for the ringside photographers here at the BALUAN SHOLAK Sports Palace. So some of the action as we see the bustling start made by Adlan Selmurzayev, but increasingly the more we went through the contest, it was repertoire such as that was demonstrated by Artush Hovhannisyan. He in the ring for the first time for some 5 months, but it's a winning start to 2024, and the extension of his perfect record sportingly applauded